just gone live. So now to see if everything is recording properly. We can only hope. Let's see. Sound all good? Sounds like it. So we go War of the Chosen, because that is what we were currently playing. Okay, sound levels seem to be good. Excellent. Now... Hello there. That's all good. I am live now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to everybody out there who may be watching my stream. I don't know what kind of day it is for you, like what time of day it is, so I say everything. And how are you today? I can barely hear you. What's going on? Ah, there we go. No, I'm not video chatting.
Okay.
Well, I'm streaming at the same time, so... Still there? Just making sure, you know, keeping all the noise levels and all that quite equal, at least trying to. Why has that been paused? There we go. Okay. So, if we remember what happened from the last game, so we basically went through the tutorial last game and all that. So you're looking forward to getting back into it? Yeah. Alright, so our objective looks like to shut down the network. We appear to be in maybe a shipping yard by the looks of it. Okay. So, who do we have? Who are we working with? So we need to get over here. Long distance to cover. Probably I'm going to estimate 5 enemies in between. No, actually I'll probably up that to about 7 enemies in between. Anyway, how's your day been?
Affirmative.
What's up?
Got it covered.
Old tactic thing. Quite simple, it's literally just turn. Ah, right. Yeah, it's just turn-based strategy, basically. Got to shut down the network within the certain amount of turns, which is up in the top right corner. Turn that down a bit. But obviously, because I've played this quite a bit, I know that there are enemies in between and all that. So it's just a matter of finding the enemies before they find you. That's basically what it comes down to. So it's just a matter of using your players to their maximum potential, I guess. So at the moment, there doesn't seem to be any enemies close by, but that can change in like a split second, so.
Moving on target location.
Okay. So one thing about snipers is if you have a look in the bottom left hand corner, you can see sort of their details, and if you press on the PlayStation the left analog stick and press it in, you can see their buffs that they're given. So with the snipers in particular, they get the buff squad sight, which allows you to target enemies within your squad mate's line of sight, provided there's no obstacles in the way like a wall or something. So what that means is my sniper here can see all the way down to basically that wall, because my squad mate here can see that wall. So if there's an enemy that I could see there, my sniper could take the shot from all the way back here, even though it's not technically within range. Because my squad mate is in range and can see it, I'd be able to take the shot on it. So it's always best to keep your snipers back or within full cover, and it's generally better to get them like up in a high place, which at the moment the only high place is here, because then that way they have the height advantage and they also have a better view of the map in its entirety.
Time to motor.
So now it's the enemy's turn, and we have a noise indicator that the enemy is in that direction. So knowing that there's an enemy in that general direction, which is exactly where we need to go, we can sort of plan around that. So the first thing I'm going to do is move this guy here, so he's covering that entrance over there. Then get him to open up the door. So opening up the doors like that doesn't make any noise. Even though you can hear the doors opening, it doesn't class as making a noise. So opening doors like that is the better thing to do. I'm going to move him up into this little crevice. Hopefully get a line down there. Move him to here.
Rolling out.
So basically right now I'm just sort of setting up to spot the enemy. Is basically all I'm doing at the moment. Because basically I need to travel just over there, which is actually down one. Oh no, it's on this ground level. So I'm probably going to have to come over to here in order to get a line on the enemy. But I'm hoping by moving into this area here, I'm also able to get a line on the enemy sort of that may be over in this section. I might try and move him sort of around this way. Although by the looks of it I can't do that because that's the edge of the map there. Which means I have to move him up and then across. So this one's probably going to stay, well, either this one or this one will stay in this area here, and the other one will move up this way to try and get around the enemy. I'll also have this one here move up and take the enemy this way, and my sniper, I could probably put my sniper up in here, or I could keep him back here, but I'm more inclined to bring him to up here.
Running.
So doing what I'm doing at the moment and popping him into half cover is not the best idea,
Something moved over
but
there.
I need to get him as close to getting upstairs as possible at this point in time. Okay, so now that I know that the enemy is close by, this is where I need to start playing a little bit more carefully and making sure that I have moves after I move, because if I dash
inside.
and spot the enemy, I could have been spotted. So if I'd have done what I wanted to do, which was move this one here, up here, as you can see, would have been spotted straight away, and because I'm not ready, I could have sustained heavy casualties. But by moving this one here, I still have another move for this one to make, and I've saved this one from being spotted. So now I can bring my sniper up and over there. Hopefully not be spotted. Can't move into there. I could move there or there. I can move there. Actually, there might be a better idea. Yeah. And then this one's going to be tricky. So generally you don't want to group them up like what I'm about to do, because later on in the game there will be units that can throw grenades, and obviously if you're grouped up, that's going to cause a problem. Okay, so what's happened here is technically they're in the spotted zone, but as long as they don't move, they won't be spotted because they're behind the barrels and that, unless they physically come around the corner and see them, which, based off of this, would be this line along here. So if they come onto any of these tiles here, they'll be able to spot him and obviously attack. So we're probably going to want to attack this round. We've got 2, 3 in position. It's just this one here that doesn't have a position in which can fire. Alright, so we're going to move her here. And we'll see what happens. So now to pick the person to actually spring the ambush. This one might be better.
Nailed him. Cover close.
So now we've all been spotted. And the enemy chooses to retreat backwards. Which is good for this one, sort of, at a 41%. And we hit, surprisingly. Okay. This one we'll wait on. What can we do here?
Moving out.
Just around the corner here. Which then pops him in a flanking position and higher accuracy, so he's flanked. And he's gone.
Enemy destroyed.
Alright, so we've still got 10 moves to shut down the network. So at the moment I'm going to pop my sniper on Overwatch, because chances are there are more enemies. None within range at this moment, which is good for us. So going to move her up to collect the loot off of the dead body. Lyrium core, which we can use a bit later. And then we're going to move her into this little alcove here. No lines on the enemy. Let's get this guy up high. See if we can't spot anyone.
Closing on target
from up
position
here.
now.
Okay. And I'm gonna bring him up here.
Eyes on the target.
So
Commander,
now we have eyes on the target, so that's what we're aiming for. And then this guy I'm gonna bring over here. So then we got one in the air, one on, well, not in the air, but one up high, one, and yeah, a couple down low. I'm going to need to move the sniper at some point. So I'm not sure I'm ready to just yet. Just in case they come around the corner. Which they're not doing. Okay, let's bring her over here. So there's no enemies down that side. Let's move him here.
Location confirmed.
No enemies down that side. Okay. Well, let's...
Understood.
Bring him over
Moving out.
here.
Looking for loose data.
Might as well hack it. Because not. 4% or 2%? What do you think? 2%? And we're nowhere close. Once it's hacked, you can't hack it again.
Advent troops here.
It's a one hack only
We've
system.
confirmed successful acquisition of the Advent.
But now we have sight on the
Eliminate any
enemy.
remaining hostiles in the area.
29%.
On Overwatch.
We'll go on Overwatch. Now we can move the sniper.
Got it covered.
Now we know exactly where they are and where they're going to roughly stick around. So move him to the ladder. we're probably going to take fire.
I'm hit.
Yep, and get hit. Hopefully he doesn't get hit again. And he's taking damage there. Yeah. Alright. So now...
Rolling.
come up here. And take a shot on him. He's injured. Okay. Bring him over here.
On the move.
So that that enemy is now flanked. And flank enemies have a higher chance of hitting. Now for this guy. Bring this guy here. And a 50-50 shot. And he's dead.
Got him. Status confirmed.
Excellent.
All hostiles are down and the area
And
is
that's
secure.
the mission.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
So, a lot less enemies than I thought. I thought that there was going to be 8, and there was only 4, thankfully. But that's just how it is. Sometimes there's less than you expected. Then again, it can flip the other way, and there could be more enemies than you expect. So, it's just a matter of playing this enough to know roughly how many enemies there are going to be and roughly where they are going to be positioned in order to give you the advantage and the correct positioning and all that. Well, there are some people that are really good at it, there are some people that aren't good at it, and like me personally, like I said, I don't think I'm good at it. You know, I know there's a lot of other people out there who are probably a lot better than me at it. But like, I play it for the storyline. I enjoy the storyline of what's going on and all that. And because I'm a strategist, I enjoy the strategy side of it as well. Yeah. So, yeah.
Now that we've got some help, we can start clearing out
And
the
we
old
got
equipment
another
and debris
engineer,
from the ship to make room for new
which
facilities.
is good.
There's one game that my ex played. It was nothing but springing traps. That's how you kill people.
Yeah.
What the name of the game was?
Yeah, I don't think I'm up
To
to
clear
that.
out these rooms, first we'll need to assign an engineer to the task.
So now this is
Once we
getting
start
into
getting
sort of the
far
base
reaches of the
builder
ship, it's going to
section
take
of it.
more time and
So
manpower
first you've got
to
to
make space for
excavate
new facilities.
the
Looks good to me. Just give the
section
word and we'll
of
get
it,
started,
which
Commander.
takes an X
Excavation
amount
is
of
underway,
days
Commander,
before
but
you
it's
can
going to
actually
take some
build
time to
a
get all that
room
stuff
into
cleared
it.
out.
So it's basically you've got to
Commander, we
clear
have a
out all
secure
the debris
transmission
that's
coming
there
through. Source
before you can
unknown.
build
Patching it through to your
rooms
quarters.
inside of it. This guy was one of the council members from the first game.
Hello, Commander.
Basically, the council members were there to control your
its membership
income
have
and,
loyalty to the Advent administration.
basically your resources and all that. So
It is good.
you
to
also,
see you
in the
again.
first game, you
In
got
today's secret
missions from them,
capture,
which would
I have
give you
done
like
all
bonus
I can to
income
aid the
or
resistance
extra
from the
resources
inside.
or extra personnel
It
or
was
whatnot.
these resistance
In
operatives
this
that
one,
provided the
basically,
intel leading to the
the
recent
council is
extraction.
basically
As of now,
disbanded because
resistance
there was
forces are
a
currently somewhat
truce
disorganized.
between
If we are to
humans and
defeat
aliens,
Advent and their alien masters,
and he
must
is
change
the
this
only
before
one
it
of
is
the
too late.
council that still
What you are seeing are classified reports of
remain,
missing
I guess,
civilians
loyal
from across the
to
world.
what's
Their
now the
numbers
resistance,
are growing.
because the aliens are
We
turning
suspect
humans
they have been
into
taken
them
to a
in order
nearby
to
Advent black site.
basically take
Though
over
its
the world.
exact
It's just they're
location
doing it more
remains
politically,
unknown.
and
Time is short, Commander.
you know,
We need
us
you to
humans
take
are too
charge of
ignorant
resistance
to see
operations
what's
throughout
really
the world.
going on,
Establish
and we
contact
just
with the
accept
local
the aliens
cells
as
and
being
bring
our
them into the
friends,
fold.
when really they're
Find
here
this
to wipe
black
us
site
out.
and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking.
But yeah, so basically
Good
this
luck,
guy is,
Commander.
he's the only one left
Looks
of the
like we better get
council who
started,
still
Commander. I'll be on the bridge when
remains
you're
loyal to us, basically.
The councilman has tracked the alien black site to this region. Unfortunately, we don't have its exact coordinates yet. If we're going to have any chance of finding this facility, we'll need to make contact with the local resistance cell nearby. Tygan has a theory about how we might reach out to them without getting the aliens' attention, but we'll need to give him time to conduct his research. We shouldn't wait too long on that, Commander. We have to start making contact with other regions soon if we're going to build a global resistance and take on Advent.
So this is sort of where more of the
Looks like
strategy
you won't
comes
have
into
time for
it,
that just yet, though. Remote reconnaissance may have found something not far from our current position.
because you'll get like two or three different locations that you can choose between.
Commander, while we're
But
waiting for new missions or the completion
generally
of our
you can
research,
only
we can pass
choose
time
one
by scanning at sites like
of
this
the
one.
special
On
missions,
your
so like
order, we'll start our
2 or 3
scans of the
special
surrounding
missions will
area.
pop up, and you can only pick one of them, and the other two, basically active. Yeah, a lot more strategy is definitely involved with this section, because it sort of becomes a fact of, do you want to unlock a new section, or do you want to clear out the first section? Do you want to do more research and build up your resources before moving to the next section? And so there's a lot more strategy into it, and a bit more strategy comes into it a little bit later on when you find out that the aliens are building an Avatar project, and if that completes, it's game over. So it's a matter of trying to research, get the necessary research to complete in order to find out what they're doing properly. It's also, you've got to delay them by doing sabotage objectives to delay their production of the Avatar project, as well as unlocking new sections in order to get more funds in order to fund what you're trying to accomplish. And yeah, so it is a really big balance on, doing all these different things. So lots of ways you can lose, but on the other hand, there's a couple of ways that you can win.
The Advent officers appear to be
So,
similar, if not
I
physically
generally,
the
with
same as the
research,
common
I generally
Advent
go
trooper
for
in terms of
the
power
ones that
and
take
agility.
the least amount of
However,
days, because
field
then that
reports
way
indicate a more
I get
developed
a lot
mental
more
acuity,
research
as the
done
officers do provide
in
tactical directives
a
to
shorter
the
amount of
subordinate
time,
Advent
rather than
forces.
going for research that takes 2 weeks to complete. I can do a lot of quick, fast research in order to get more equipment, in order to get more resources to, bring the research down from being 2 weeks down to only a few days.
Without
So,
access to refined
that's
fossil
sort of the
fuels,
way
power
I
is
play.
difficult to come by outside the
But
cities.
everyone's
Even among the
different,
staunchest
so
of anti-alien dissidents, recovered Advent equipment is highly coveted.
New orders, Commander?
So this is your engineering area where you build items. I'm pretty sure I showed it in the last stream. But what I'm doing here is just getting another med kit, because having 2 med kits and 2
Must have been pretty cushy working with
specialists
Advent, living in the
that
colonies.
can have med kits is
So why the sudden
definitely
change of heart?
Like most people, I wanted to believe that the aliens were legitimately interested in peace.
a strategic
Although they
advantage.
left me little choice when it came to working with them. I
You can
admit,
customize
I was drawn to the
photos
sense
and
of
all that as
normalcy they
well.
offered.
I generally
mistake.
do them a
You
bit
should
later.
know better. The aliens would never have come here if they wanted
View
peace.
soldiers,
As I
so
said, it was a mistake. One I hope to atone
Soldier
for
list.
through my efforts with
Pun?
XCom.
Then I'd say you've got your work cut out for you.
oh, you mean the pictures?
Aside from us getting this ship up
Yeah.
and running, which was mostly Dr. Shen's
Yeah.
work, I haven't felt particularly useful in a long time. I'm more than
Specialists,
happy to leave the hard decisions
load
to the
out.
commander.
So they already have a med kit. Any other specialists? Not that I can see. We do now have modular weapons, meaning we can upgrade our guns. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop the scope that we picked up in the tutorial mission onto the sniper. So they've got even better accuracy than before, basically. So that's going to be good. Alright. So now with all that done, we can continue trying to find these supplies. Oh, excuse me. So the debris was cleared. Now we have the choice of what to put in where the debris was. So now it's an empty room, and now we've got to figure out what we're popping in there. So, this is the tricky part. There's a monthly upkeep in each one. There is a power cost for each one, except for the power relays, which produces power, but still has a monthly money cost. So the training center allows soldiers to establish stronger bonds with their fellow soldiers and purchase additional tactical abilities. The power relay obviously supplies power. The infirmary, an engineer can be staffed in the infirmary to decrease the time our soldiers need to recover from injuries. So instead of taking, say, 5 days to recover from injuries, it will be, say, 2 or 3 days to recover from injuries, which would get them on the field faster. The Hypervital module upgrade allows for the temporary suspension of a soldier's health for the duration of any single combat deployment. So I think that gives it temporary maximum health for one mission, though I'm not 100% sure because I don't think I've used that ability at all. I don't think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Or the Guerrilla Tactics School will unlock additional skills and benefits for our soldiers, including increases to the number of soldiers we can take on a single mission. Then we've also got laboratory and workshop, but we don't have the supplies to build them. And that just increases, the laboratory increases the chance that research breakthroughs will occur. Scientists can be staffed in them to provide additional assistance, further decreasing the time of all research. And the workshop, engineers can be staffed in workshops, creating unique gremlin drones which can be sent to staff any adjacent room or facility. But we don't have the supplies to build them at the moment. So what I usually choose between is either the Guerrilla Tactics or the Training Center. They're the two that I generally start with. And I think I might go the Guerrilla Tactics this time round. Yeah, because we don't have bonds just yet. So I'm going to go with the Guerrilla Tactics.
Right away, Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running.
Yep. So the engineer will automatically be tasked onto that, and that'll help build it. Later on down the layers, you can get rooms that will take 2 or 3 engineers to unlock, and then you can pop 2 or 3 engineers onto building something, and it will lower the amount of days it takes to build it. So that's definitely a good thing. We'll finish off this supply cache, hopefully, and apparently also complete the research at the same time.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander. But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind.
So the implant on the left came out of the soldier, and the implant on the right came out of me,
They were using you
basically.
against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network.
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command. Observe.
Yeah. Basically, it creates a hive mind
Even in the
through
subject's
the
diminished condition,
microchip.
the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Moral weakness.
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
We'd need an active link. And that would mean hacking a live Advent officer.
Like I said, not easy. Still, it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
New
Yeah.
objective added.
And this thing's annoying.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
Ooh, the
Advent
experimental
captain
weapons.
seems to
I like
provide a
them.
means of stabilizing the link
Oh, and
between
it's
the local
inspired.
subordinates
So
and the
inspired
Advent
research,
network power itself.
it
Commander, if we're going
basically,
to try to build
from
this
what I've
skulljack that
gathered,
Hagen came up with,
if it's
we're going to need
inspired, it
specialized
cuts
facilities
down
to test
its
Commander,
research
the
time.
science team has
So
grown
with the
particularly
experimental
interested in
weapons,
this
it's going
field
to
of
take
research.
8 days to
So
research,
much
which
so
for me
that
is a
their
little long.
inspiration could lead to
I would
vast
usually do like
improvements in our
3-4
research
day
efficiency.
research before I
However,
even touch
we
anything
must
that was
act
that long.
fast. Despite
But
their brilliance, they are a fickle group.
because
I
it's
will begin our research
inspired,
immediately.
it's been cut down to 8 days. So originally it could have been 16-day research, but it's been cut down to 8 days, and you've only got this small window of time to start researching it, because if you don't, it's no longer inspired, and thus it will go back to its original amount of days. So whenever something inspired pops up, I always go onto that first. And finally got that.
Located.
Yeah, sure,
Avenger plotting new course.
we'll go see if we can grab those scientists.
You are too trusting, John. The skirmishers are Advent. Advent
So this is part of the DLC. So now I believe we're going to have a DLC mission.
Try not to bring that up when we meet.
And yeah, this is basically a conversation between one of the 3 new factions.
Look, I'm not
And
exactly
so
having drinks with them, but they did
you've
hold
got
up
the
their end of the
skirmishers the Reapers and the Templars, which I mentioned in the last stream. But basically they've all been at war with each other and all that, and it's sort of, we're going to try and bring them all together. Make them stop fighting against each other and fight against Advent, which is our true enemies.
It's one of 3 resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other. Still, we've made some unlikely progress. Both Reapers may
So I'm
have
probably
found
going to
you,
do
but they weren't
one
acting
more
alone.
mission,
They were tipped off by a
and
group of
then
Advent defectors known as
call the stream for the day, because my dinner will be ready in about half hour.
But you wouldn't be here
So
without their help. Both the Reapers and the Skirmishers have agreed
I'll
to
do one
suspend
more mission,
hostilities provided
call
you
it,
serve as
and
the go-between.
hopefully
Trust doesn't
we'll
come easy
continue on
between
another
these two,
stream
so we're heading for a nice quiet spot
in a
on
few days or
neutral
so.
ground. Even so, it's not
Not
taking
sure on
any
the time
chances.
frame. Could be tomorrow, could
Intel on
be
this area is weak,
2
and
or
we're
3
picking up
days.
strange chatter on comms.
But yeah.
Not to mention we're
Yeah,
ending a
we'll see.
decade-long blood feud today.
I'm just
Advise
letting
our
you and
soldiers to be fully
anybody else
prepared
who's
before
watching
we
know
deploy on
that
this one, Commander.
this will probably be the last mission for today, or for this stream. And
At the time, we have
yeah,
a little
I'll
bit of
continue
a
a bit
situation
later.
here that could benefit from your help.
Not sure how long our contacts are going to wait for us, Commander. So I'd recommend we proceed as soon as possible.
Alright,
All
so
available
we'll launch
soldiers
this
are
mission
standing
straight
by
away.
to deploy. Each faction has agreed to allow a 2-person squad to escort them to the rendezvous
Which
point.
faction was which? I
Hopefully
forget.
that should be enough to keep them from killing each other.
This one's
We've got a
rendezvous with the
temporary
Reapers.
ceasefire in place for the duration of the meet, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for anything.
Rendezvous with the Reapers. So the Reapers are going to have a sniper, so I don't need to bring in a sniper. However, bringing in a ranger and a specialist would be a good idea. Next squad, their objective would be to rendezvous with the skirmishers, which that team actually seems good. I hope. I hope it's in that order. Oh, it's going to be very annoying. I think it's Reapers first, then Skirmishers.
Sky Ranger deployed.
Menace, ready to
It's
deploy.
been a little bit since I've played this particular mission. Actually, it's been a little bit since I've played XCom 2 altogether, even though it's one of my favorite games.
The Reapers and Skirmishers have been at each other's throats for years, so we're keeping the exact meeting point strictly need to know. You'll split into 2 squads, rendezvous with each faction, and bring their envoy directly to the location of the meet. Officially, this city no longer exists, so we don't expect a lot in the way of Advent resistance. Still, keep your eyes peeled. It's been about 20 years since we last stepped foot in this place.
These type of missions are my favorite, and you'll see why when we get into it. And here we go.
Proceed to the first set of coordinates. Firebrand and the second team will head to the next drop point.
Detecting increasing biological signatures in the area ahead.
Then I'd say we're in the right place. Stay sharp out there today, people. Just because this city was abandoned doesn't mean it's lifeless.
So yeah, the Reapers were first, so I was correct. Reapers, then Skirmishers.
If you are hungry, there's more where that came from. Impressive reflexes, but unnecessary.
Stand down. We're all friends here.
You are safe here. More so than you imagine. We shall see if the same holds true for these skirmishes of yours. Your presence already disturbs them. We must move quickly. My people will take care of this camp. Come.
Uploading the coordinates to the rendezvous point now.
Now for
We've
the
plotted the
fun
most
part.
direct route there. We don't know much about the skirmisher contact you'll be meeting other than his name. Mox.
Mox. Praetor Mox. His death squads wiped out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war. You would dare do this?
Pretty sure hands are bloody on both sides of this fight. That's the whole point of this intervention.
So that's the Reaper Shadow, which is basically their
cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there.
heightened concealment.
We rely on stealth
So
and
more
long-range
advanced
attacks.
form of concealment, so
And
they
our
can stay
marksmen are
concealed
unmatched by even the
even
best
when
XCom
everybody
has
else
to
has been
offer.
discovered, basically.
Good copy, moving on target.
So, this mission
Damaged and dormant all these years.
won't
These devices
have
still emit trace elements of
advanced
unstable
enemies,
radiation. I cannot fathom what they were like in their original form.
but we'll
We were
still
there,
have
Doctor.
enemies.
You're better off having missed it.
So that's the pod that came in and wiped out a good chunk of the population in the first game. There were like several hundreds of those that dropped. As you can see, there's one there, there's one up here. There was just so many that dropped and all that.
Overwatch.
But yeah, it wiped out chunks of the population. But they're relatively safe now, so... Well, relatively is a loose word. And this is why I love these missions.
No more time for regrets. We are not alone.
Those things, they still look like people.
What was human died years ago. Only the taint of the alien survives now. Where there is one, more will follow. You must not hesitate to destroy them.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. Though why anyone would subject themselves to that, I cannot imagine.
When the governments fell, millions starved. Many fled to cities such as this to scavenge for food. They did not heed the warnings.
So basically the radiation that these things gave off over a long period of time basically corrupted people and basically turned them into people alien zombies.
Moving out.
So that's basically what they are. People alien zombies. They've got the human husk, the alien radiation within them, but they're basically mindless zombies. Best part is if you kill one, it doesn't actually count as taking a turn.
Enemy
These
destroyed.
creatures' true strength lies in their numbers.
So
As you can see,
that's
they fall
basically
easily. If we are careful with our shots, we
the
will
description,
prevail.
and that, if you want to read it, just pause the stream and read it. But yeah, basically, if you kill one, you get another shot.
As you order, Commander.
But basically all it says is if you kill one, you get another shot. So it doesn't actually count as taking a turn.
The only place possible for a... I require a resupply.
And she's been revealed.
No compromises. My ammo has run dry.
Now we're able to reload.
Moving to position.
To here.
Overwatch.
Overwatch. So that's what Overwatch does. If they move within your line of sight, you get a reaction shot, basically.
But they hear quite well. In great numbers, they can be very deadly.
Yep, they hear quite well, which is unfortunate.
Roger that.
So, because this one's a sniper, I am going to place them up the top here.
Moving out.
So, I am someone who is very, very sniper oriented. I will try to make full use of my snipers where possible. But then again, there's a couple of missions, like this one in particular, where I will get them in position, but by the time they're in position, they're kind of useless. So I sort of set them up for the next wave. I was afraid of that. I'm always afraid in this type of mission that there are zombies hidden, you know, around corners and blinded areas.
An entire city of our own people left to turn into these things.
Yes.
But
all we can offer
you
them
kill
now
one
is
and you still get another time. So that's what I love about these missions.
Target neutralized. We're
Then we can reload the ammo. Switch to this person, get them to kill that one.
Enemy destroyed.
And still hasn't made a move, technically, so they can reload. Yeah. So that's what I really like about this mission, is that
Moving out.
if you're tactical about it, you can take out all the zombies before ever needing to take a move.
On my way.
And then when you reload, that's when you can make a move to get into range of more zombies or whatnot. Or if you're really surrounded, which I have been once, basically you use all your bullets in your gun and then reload, and that's your first move. And then you use all the bullets in basically your second magazine and then reload again, and that's your second move. So if you're tactical about it, you can kill a lot of zombies very quickly. It's just a matter of getting them all done, and I should not have moved there just yet, because I've basically called in more zombies, and that's not good. as you can see, a whole horde is coming at me.
These creatures are worse even than
Yeah.
Advent.
So this is where you really need to be tactical and basically use the strategy that I basically just said. So
we will become little
with-
more than they are.
Kill confirmed.
So with this one, I'm going to use basically all my ammo to kill the zombies that are around.
Neutralized.
Then reload, which will be one action point.
Good riddance.
And then,
Running dry.
because I'll have 1 point afterwards, I can then
Enemy
move.
eliminated.
So that's
Ammo
all
out.
the ammo
Ready to
spent.
engage.
And now I'm going to reload. And that's one action point. And usually I would move him, however we don't have eyes on the zombies that are here. Like, we know that there's zombies here, we just don't know exactly where. So first thing I'm going to do is move this one up
Orders confirmed. On the move.
and hopefully get eyes on them, which doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. Might actually bring her back here. There we go. Now we've got eyes on where they are. So, hopefully...
I am the unseen.
So now that one's reconcealed. That's exactly what I wanted. And we can place a claymore here.
It requires patience.
And then we go into concealment. And that one into Overwatch as well. And hopefully... one placed. Nope, missed. But hopefully they all stop around that claymore area. Which it looks like a few of them have.
We risk all this for Pray Tell Mox? If he is not what you say he is, I shall kill him myself.
Which
Looking forward to this meeting already.
will give us this. Killing all of them. And then the shotgunner can hopefully pick the rest off.
Kill confirmed. Target disabled. On reserve.
Now, the only downside to what I did was using the explosive. Now, the zombies are, or at least in this game, are highly attracted to noise. So, by detonating the explosive, chances are I've attracted a hell of a lot more towards me.
Got it.
So it's sort of at this point where we really want to rush to the extraction zone.
Extraction point is close, but looks like these things don't want to make it easy for you.
We will make it your pet Advent in time.
Central. Biological signatures are grouping into a singular mass. One closing in on this position.
I shouldn't have done that.
Swarm. We must push forward before it arrives.
I should have known better.
I can get there.
Oh, what we can do is move next to him and then use the medkit to
Might
heal.
sting a little.
and hopefully stop the burning.
Hey,
stop the burning.
Others are surely on the way.
Perfect.
We must keep moving.
No argument here. Continue to the rendezvous point.
Solid copy.
So now we just need to get everybody to the rendezvous.
10-4.
And there we are, that's the end of the first part of the mission. So there's 3 parts to this mission in particular. There's the Reaper's side, which we've just completed, the Skirmisher side, which is going to be next, and then there is a joint side, where it's basically they've met up and there's an interruption, and basically we need to get to extraction. But judging based off of the time, might not be able to do all that. So yeah. So what I might do is save it at this point, and then because I know roughly how long this part's going to be, and I might continue it hopefully tomorrow. I might do the same thing and stream it roughly this time, just to sort of keep a rough time restraint on the stream, because I know that in previous times I've streamed for like 3-4 hours. But I might, yeah, I'll try and keep the streams down to 1, maybe 2 hours, depending on how we go. But yeah, I'll try and stream roughly at this time each time. So then we're doing somewhere between 2 and 5 missions at a time. So that way we can sort of spread it out, make it sort of a series on it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
They were sent here to hunt, to purge the Drop 10, the lost.
Yeah. I'm streaming, it's just he's not awake to see it.
Still secure.
But he can always go onto my channel and rewatch them.
Free of the imposter gods. I would give anything that all my kind could say the same. Even sit down with your Reapers. Now, we must go.
I think if something like this were to happen in real life, I reckon I'll definitely be one of the Reapers. You know, a sniper in hand, really good at concealment.
Outrider is further ahead. Proceed through this district as quickly as possible, but be careful. Something tells me this city still has a few more surprises to throw our way.
Surprises are the least of our worries today. It is these Reapers of yours that are of true concern.
We, the skirmishers, were created by the false
So this is
gods
basically
of
the
this
lowdown
world.
of the skirmisher and his weaponry and that. Basically you get to
We retain all that we were and more.
bullpup, which I think is like an assault rifle or an assault shotgun or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's an assault shotgun. And they also get a grappling hook, which they can use to traverse terrain and also use as a weapon. I think that's one of its powers, I'm not 100% sure. But that'll do it for the moment, so I will resave the game under our stream save right here. Then that way there's no real going back, basically. What we've done is basically what we've done. And alrighty, so that'll be it for the stream for tonight. Hope everybody who joined in or who replays it back and watches it enjoyed the stream. Yeah. So, as always, good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is. Hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, basically. Goodbye, everyone.